Alright, maybe we're streaming now. Ah, there we go. Nice. So somebody commented on one of my videos that it's my anniversary for being a Minecraft developer or something. I don't have the exact date, obviously, but it was, it was around this time. So figured I'd do a short stream. One of the reasons I haven't been streaming recently is because I am not at home right now. I'm kind of working in another location, and undisclosed location, on an undisclosed project. But not at home, so I don't have all my setup, and I don't have as much free time because I've got a full-time job at the moment. But I will try to make some time. I might have some time tomorrow. I might stream doing some music video development or something. I've got this idea for like music video. We could go into it right now, I guess. No one is watching. Disappointed all my Turkish followers by not saying Merhaba Veherskelden. But now I did it. Let's see. Probably music. Yeah, here we go. Pull this up and then swap over my thing to this. There we go. I just have to see what my live chat's doing. No one's in the chat. No one's in the chat. All right. Can you guys hear this if I play this? So this is Daybreak. Oh God, so good. Oh, hey. Thinking about working on this music video thing. I've got men's group in less than an hour, so I don't have a huge amount of time, but a little bit of time. So let's see, let's go over this. Here's what I've got so far. The song is broken up into 3 passes. You can think about it as 3 passes through the music. There's this first pass here, which is the intro through this kind of reset. So you can see how it kind of goes back to the beginning. It's not exactly the same as the beginning, but it goes back to something like the beginning. And then, is that too loud? I feel like the music audio is probably too loud. Let's turn this down a bit. There we go. So it resets, and then there's a third pass. It resets again. It doesn't reset to the cellos that time. It resets to the, whatever this is, treble synth, which I think shows up first. Show up first over here. This song has such a complicated structure. Cello, plucks, moving bass, siren. Here we go. It's the synth pad, or maybe it's the square wave. What is the square wave? Let's see. Yeah, because it shows up. I think it shows up first here. It's not doing the same. It's not doing the same part, but it has the same kind of feel to it. So that's what I'm thinking of that as the cellos is the masculine, or the cellos is the feminine theme, and then the that square wave kind of synthy sound is the masculine theme. And then there's this, so anyway, the first 2 passes begin with the feminine, the last one, the third pass begins with the masculine. So that's interesting. And then there are 5, I believe there are 5 Doom Tom hits. Let's see, the last one is right here at the final Doom Tom triplet. So they sound like that kind of da da da. And the first one is over here. So anyway, there's 5 of those, and they break the song up nicely into sections. So the first section here up to the first Doom Tom triplet is the maiden, and then this one's the warrior up to here, which is the lover, so we should hear it. Same thing. So there's the lover transitions to the mother to the wizard to the matriarch here. Gotta zoom in a little bit to find it, yeah. And that one, the Doom Toms are almost drowned out by the music, almost all the other places. Everything else drops out and the Doom Toms hit. This one on the matriarch transition, you can just barely hear it in the background, so that's interesting. And then the final one is the king. So that breaks it up nicely into 7 sections, 5 splits in the middle with tails on either end makes 7. And there are 7 gender archetypes in my model. And so then we've got those nice sections. We've got this long intro at the beginning. And I think I'm going to use that to introduce the dragon, the idea of compassion and the subversion of compassion, and the introduction of the masculine, the negative masculine first, I think, in the form of the dragon. And so the maidens section, if it's the same length as all the other ones, would be about this long right here. So that would be like the formal begin to the maiden section. So then before that, I'd also want to do some pre-shadowing, some foreshadowing of all the other archetypes in there. And there's 5 sections here. So if we split them all in half, anyway, that could be a structured section there. And then there's all the different archetypes in the natural way that they develop. So the maiden develops first, and then the warrior, and so forth, as I already went through. And then at the end, there's the king, and then there's this long tail at the end. So again, matriarch to here, king to here would be the formal end of the king's section here. Like that. So then you've got the maiden comes back in. The maiden was here at the beginning, and then she arrives again. It's kind of working backward. King, backward to the matriarch. Maybe the wizard, I guess, would be like go all the way back to the warrior here. I'm not sure. I haven't worked on this end section very much, so I'm not sure exactly what happens here. But I want there to be a kind of bookend, or kind of inverted bookend effect, where it begins with a maiden encountering the dragon, and kind of receiving the call to the hero's journey. And this whole thing is kind of like the 2 gender archetypes, the 2 genders entwined in this hero's journey thing together, where they can't advance through it alone. They have to do it together. So I want to begin with a maiden encountering the dragon. I want it to end with the boy becoming a warrior to fight the dragon, which then comes back in earlier in the thing here. So this is where the warrior enters, right? So this section here then becomes the end here. So you've got the ending, and it wraps around to here, and then the introduction. And then both of them. Okay, so the boy and the girl both enter here at the mother, right? So they both kind of originate, which is also really cool because it's right in the center of the song, right? The song is 6:21. So if we do like 3:10, it's right here. right in the middle of the song. And that's the mother, right in the middle of the mother's section. It's a boy here. Ooh. Disconnected. Are we still running? Yeah, we're still running. Okay. All right, good. Looks like there's a little bit of lag. Anyway, so that's kind of the overall structure. Then there's this thing. So there's this recurring. I'm trying to use the themes, the musical themes in each song, or each of the musical themes in the song, in order to indicate a different part of the story. So there's this thing that introduces right here. It's all very instrumental. Mechanical. And so there's two elements that are introduced at the same time. There's this very acoustic, kind of mechanical sounding orchestral sound. And then at the same moment here, there's the introduction of the siren, which is this violin kind of descending sweep on the violin. But then it also introduces this synth bass. It's this very deep synth bass, so you can hear it. They both come at the same moment. That synth bass is kind of droning in there at the beginning. So that, I think of that as like the alarm, the introduction of the dragon, the predator, right? It's the alarm sound. And so the siren shows up a few places. It shows up here in the beginning where the maiden is transitioning to her formal archetypical form. And then, let's see, I don't know where else it shows up until the end. It's been a while since I've really studied this. So there's the siren coming back in, but it comes in reversed, right? So now it's building up instead of sweeping down. So you could think of this as like sweeping down is encountering something startling and retreating from it, right? You encounter this thing, you retreat from it. You encounter the dragon, you run away, right? So it's the rejection of the call. And then here at the end is the acceptance of the call, right? Accepting it, right, and facing it. And interestingly, the only thing so there's a cheer that happens throughout the song. It's this very, all the vocals are of course very processed, but there's a yeah. So, and then there's like a double yeah. But then there's also this cheer that happens. I forget where the first cheer is. But here's one. So it's, I don't know if it's supposed to be a cheer. It sounds like a cheer to me. There's another one. And so the cheer happens right as the siren reaches its full pitch. And then the siren just continues through this whole section, all the way to the end here, except for right in the middle, it breaks when the cheer comes in. The cheer swaps out with the siren momentarily. So I want to do something with the cheer here. I want to do something with like the community or the alignment of the gestalt with the archetype or something. I feel like that, because isn't this, does the king? Yeah, the king gets a cheer here. I should just look up. I should export this again. Let's see, export labels. So, first time it shows up is 154. Let me just go to 0. So there's the first cheer. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's the first yeah. And the first cheer. So the warrior transmuted by the encounter with the maiden into the lover, and that's the first cheer. So something like joy or rejoicing or something. And then I want to use these yeahs. They're in a really good spot for. There's the first yeah is the engagement. The second yeah is the marriage, and then there's 4 children. And there's of course a yeah at each child here. So I wanted to use those, and then again weaving them together where the boys go to the end, so they're first, and the girls go to the beginning, so they're last, and so they cross back over, right? The whole thing, I'm trying to like weave the whole thing together. And I think those are the only yeahs. I think there's only 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cheers. 154, 169. Right before the marriage. Yeah, I don't know what that cyber beam is. I want to give that something too, but let's see. Community approves. Could this be like the church? And then I think all the other cheers are 286. king in the ending section here. So that you get 2 cheers during the lover, and then the rest of the cheers are during the king. So that could be like a community kind of theme. So there's one here. Just make it united community at all these cheers here. That's 1, 2, 3. Let's see. He breaks the alarm, maybe? I don't know. Is that the final cheer? Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? Middle, in the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the beginning. Yeah, so that's all of them. Okay. 5 in the king. The king is a superset or a subset. The king is like a microcosm of the whole community, right? So each one of these is rewinding. It's rewinding. It's the matriarch. Wizard. Okay, matriarch, here we go. And wizard. And mother. And let's see, should be and lover. And lover and So that way it rewinds everything back to. I feel like I've got two of them in here twice or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 sections. How did I get 5 sections? How did I get 7 sections? I only have 5 things here. It's a mystery. Oh, because there's actually. Am I switching on the Doom Tom quintuplet? 84. So there are 5 Doomtom triplets, but there's also Doomtom quintuplet, which I'm using as a transition for the mother. Okay, that's where that last section comes from. So this actually does work out because the king is here and then he shares with the matriarch, beginning of the end. So we've got the 5, and that all works out. There's 6 sections plus the king. This is all in the king's section, kind of. And the king, formally contains the mother, the wizard, and the matriarch. Yeah, works really well. Works really well. All right. Yeah, I have that do 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 do. I don't know if that shows up anywhere else. I don't recall it, but it's a long song and there are a lot of complicated parts in here. That's the only place that shows up. Alright, well, I should probably get ready to get going here. Probably call it a night. Call it a streaming night. See you guys around.